he all right?
Oh, yeah, the guy digs me. Hey, what's wrong with this guy? I don't know. Bring him some water. Water my ass. Bring this guy some Pepto-Bismol. Waitress. What did he order?
Oh, he had a special.
That's what I ordered. I changed my order to the soup. Good move.
Oh, no. Not again.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss, my wine. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you lose me. Then you'll be left alone. Oh, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own.
Check, please.
Yeah, how's it going? Welcome back to the Whitey White Guy Show. I'm Whitey, this is Cracker, and we've been crawling through the 500 yards of shit that Tim Robbins, what was his name?
Andy Dufresne.
The 500 yards of shit that Andy Dufresne had to claw through to get to freedom, we just did in the form of a bunch of shitty bad movies and TV shows, and now we get to do
SpaceBalls.
starring
Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, Mel Brooks, John Candy. Motherfucker, you put me on the spot all the time. The voice of Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
John Hurt is in a cameo.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And a bunch of other people that I'm sure we'll bring up.
And it was directed by
Mel Brooks.
There you go.
Oh, Dick Van Patten was in it.
Sweet. Who's Dick Van Patten?
He was the king.
Oh, yeah, that guy. And this came out circa mid-80s.
Let's just say 80.
85, 86, 88.
I'll put the, when I fix the title, I'll put the...
Because they made, And, yeah, it's basically, it's a spoof on Star Wars and a few other different films that came out at the time. Mel Brooks, you know him, you love him. If you don't, you're a twat.
Yeah. At least this era Mel Brooks.
Yes. And oh, geez, what do we got? What's the synopsis on this?
The synopsis is, Bill Pullman plays Lone Star, who is basically the Han Solo mixture of Han Solo, Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And John Candy plays his sidekick, Barf. Which is a human dog creature who he calls a Maw. Half man, half dog. He's his own best friend. Okay, now, they're flying around space in their Winnebago, trying to escape Pizza the Hut. Voiced by Dom DeLuise, I believe. Yes. And while this is happening, Princess Vespa.
No, Pizza the Hut was Dom DeLuise, and then his robot sidekick was Bill.
Who cares?
No, from Ghostbusters.
Murray?
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Oh, was
he was the cyber dude as Bill Murray and Dom DeLuise.
I think you're wrong.
I think I'm right.
All right, we'll find out.
Okay.
Anyways, while this is happening, Princess Vespa, who is played by, I think it's Daphne Zuniga.
Okay. She's a cutie.
She's very cute. She's this rich snob. Dick Van Patten plays her father.
Okay. He's the king.
She ditches her wedding. Okay, she's gonna marry the last prince in the universe, so she escapes, along with her robotic maid.
Right.
Dot Matrix, voiced by Joan Rivers.
Who's supposed to be
C-3PO.
What? What is it?
I was saying, do you realize what you've done?
Yes, and I'm glad. Glad.
I wonder if she's glad.
There you go.
And they shoot off into space. The king calls Lone Star to rescue her. Eventually she's kidnapped by Dark Helmet, wonderfully played by Rick Moranis, the spoof of Darth Vader. And I don't know the actor's name, but his second in command is Colonel Sanders.
And there's that great line. What's wrong, Colonel Sanders? Chicken!
Of three. 1, too late. What happened? Where are they? I don't know, sir. They must have hyperjets on that thing. And what do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart? No, sir. We'll find them, catch them. Yes, sir. Prepare ship for light speed. No. Light speed is too slow. Light speed too slow? Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed. Ludicrous speed? Sir, we've never gone that fast before. I don't know if the ship can take it. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken? Prepare ship! Prepare ship for ludicrous speed. Fasten all seatbelts. Seal all entrances and exits. Close all shops in the mall. Cancel the free-range circus. Secure all animals in the zoo. Give me that, you petty excuse for an officer. Now hear this. Ludicrous speed. Sir, hadn't you better buckle up? Now buckle this. Ludicrous speed. Go!
And they are also taking orders from President Scroob, played by Mel Brooks. Now, basically, it's a rescue mission.
Forecasted George W. Bush.
Basically,
it's
a rescue mission. They crash land in the desert, and the whole time, the villains are trying to get the good guys. The good guys are trying to get the princess home. Hilarity ensues.
Yes.
And then that's the simple plot. We'll
Yes.
bring up other plot points as they happen while we're discussing. What do you think, Whitey?
I fucking loved it. I loved it so much.
This is probably my favorite Mel Brooks movie ever.
Everything was just perfect. God, there's so many. We Joker and I at work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything at our job sucks and is always on fire. And so I'll be walking out the door and he'll be like, "Pray to God." I'll be like, "Pray to God." You know,
yeah.
From the film, that's one we always repeat.
There's so many quotable lines.
Oh man! Have you guys found anything? We ain't found shit. Yeah. When they're doing this.
Yeah, there's a bit where
comb the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we taking this too literally?
We know.
Sir. What? Are we being too literal?
No, you fool. We're following orders. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you?
Not a thing, sir.
What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Oh, man.
Eventually, the good guys, they meet the parody of Yoda.
Yes.
Also played by Mel Brooks.
Yep.
Named Yogurt.
So, here's the thing.
And Yogurt's shtick is basically... What's great about this movie is it breaks the fourth wall. It knows it's a movie.
Bunch of times.
So what Yogurt does is he basically says his meaning for life is merchandising.
Yes.
Because he's Jewish.
Yes.
So he's got there's SpaceBalls, you know, the T-shirt, SpaceBalls, the lunchbox, SpaceBalls, the flamethrower. The kids love this, and it's an ongoing joke. Also because in the background, this movie is somewhat like the Lethal Weapon movies, where you actually have to pay attention.
Yeah. Because
in the background, like President Scrooge's taking a piss, and it's got SpaceBalls, the toilet paper,
everything.
President Scrooge!
Ah! I told you never to call me on this wall. This is an unlisted wall.
Sorry, sir, but it's very important. The princess has just been brought to your office, and Lord Helmet and Colonel Sanders are awaiting you there.
All right, all right. Tell them I'll be right there.
Yes, sir.
SpaceBalls, like I think he's fooling around with a couple with the Spearmint Gum twins, you know, the hot blondes, and like the bed sheet says SpaceBalls the bed sheet. Yeah. There's even a bit when they break the fourth wall where they're actually watching the movie inside the movie.
Have you found them yet? No, Lord Helmet. They're still not on the scanner.
Well, keep looking for them. Pardon me, sir. I have an idea. Corporal, get me the video cassette of SpaceBalls the movie.
Yes, sir. Colonel Sanders, may I speak with you, please?
Yes, sir. How can there be a cassette of SpaceBalls the movie? We're still in the middle of making it. Oh, that's true, sir. But there's been a new breakthrough in home video marketing. There is? Yes. Instant cassettes. They're out in stores before the movie is finished. Nah.
Here it is, sir. SpaceBalls.
Good work, Corporal. Punch it up. That's much too early. Prepare to fast forward.
Preparing to fast forward.
Fast forward.
Fast forwarding, sir.
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Try here. Stop.
What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie?
Now. You're looking at now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
When will then be now?
Soon.
How soon?
Sir.
What?
We've identified their location.
Where?
It's the moon of Vega.
Good work. Set a course and prepare for our arrival.
When?
1900 hours,
By
sir.
high noon tomorrow, they will be our prisoners.
And yeah.
And so, getting back to the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh God, you won't let that
Where
fucking go.
well, it's apt because this is Star Wars. It's made for Star Wars. But that's a movie where you go, George, the fuck were you thinking? So as you're going through the synopsis, just imagine Mel Brooks sitting there going, and then we'll call him Yogurt. It's just like, yes! So everything that was wrong there, everything is right here.
What I loved, again, about the Yogurt character, I mean, he's doing this over-the-top, like, Yiddish type accent, but also, you know, Yogurt is still like little Yoda, but you could tell, literally, because he's got a long robe, you could tell Mel Brooks is walking on his knees and he's got shoes sewn into his knees, and they don't hide the fact that his feet just kind of flop.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when we're introduced to the, I think they're supposed to be the parody of the Ewoks. Yoda has this group of little midgets called the Dinks, and their thing is they only speak by saying dink, 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 dink. But we're introduced to them. They're walking through the desert and they rescue Lone Star and the group, and they're singing a song just saying dink to the theme of the Bridge of the River Kwai.
Ding, 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 ding. It's just like, yes.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
Oh my God. The writing is crisp. The jokes are absolutely funny.
Yes.
I laugh at every joke. I've seen this movie probably over a dozen times. I laugh every time at the same jokes, and they don't go old.
Yeah. It's like, the one with the assholes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, who fired that shot? It's like, I did, sir. Who are you? Corporal Ass. That's Corporal Asshole. Oh, I know he is. No, that's his actual name. And then say, who hired this guy? He did. Major Asshole. It's like everything is just.
And then after he just says, keep firing, assholes.
Yes. I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. I've had that experience.
And then here's the thing. I mean, Rick Moranis, when I was introduced to Rick Moranis, he was the bumbling nerd in Ghostbusters.
Yes.
He was the bumbling nerd in Little Shop of Horrors. He is fantastic here. He's such, we just talked about assholes, but he's such a fucking asshole here.
Yes.
But he's great. It's weird to say that Rick Moranis has a screen presence here in this film.
Yeah.
You want to see what he's doing. His line delivery is great, but he's still such a fucking tard. But he's funny as hell. There's nothing bad about his performance. His performance is fantastic. I love how we were first introduced to him. He's got this big fucking helmet, like Darth Vader. And the first time we see him, he's doing the deep breathing. And then suddenly he stops breathing, and he literally lifts up the mask and he says, I can't breathe in this thing. So we hardly ever see his face covered, and it's fantastic. It's just little Rick Moranis with his fucking glasses talking the whole time.
Yeah. And they had the whole helmet theme Like later on, he's got the like deserty.
He's got the desert. Yeah.
It was casting. God, John fucking Candy.
And
Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman's such a.
Bill Pullman, you normally see him as a dramatic guy, or you know, he's like the dramatic guy they throw in like Independence Day. He's fucking funny here.
Yeah,
he's great. He's not like, you know, ha funny, but he's very sarcastic.
Oh, the best bit ever. The best bit of anything ever was when he goes to do the Vulcan nerve pinch or whatever, and the guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "The Vulcan nerve pinch." He's like, "No, you wait too high. It's down here. It's down here." He's like, "Is that it?" "Yeah, you got it." And they go.
What the hell are you doing?
The Vulcan neck pinch?
Oh, no, stupid. You got it much too high. It's down here where the shoulder meets the neck.
Like this?
Yeah.
Just falls to the ground.
Oh. But I mean, like Bill Pullman just had that great timing of
yeah.
If you put an everyday guy in this film, what would, you know, how would
he was fantastic. There's nothing, I mean, even Joan Rivers, I mean, she wasn't in the costume. She just did the voice of Doc.
Right.
But her delivery was fantastic.
I thought
she
it was a good job. Yeah. I'm not a big Joan Rivers fan.
I fucking hate her. But she was fantastic in this.
Yes.
Yeah. Even I wish I knew what the actor's name was, but the guy who plays Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
His chemistry and his rapport with Rick Moranis, top notch, dude. It makes it seem like they've acted before with each other.
He's one of those guys you've seen him in a bunch of stuff, but you don't remember his name, and I don't remember his name. And are we gonna look that shit up? No, we're not looking that shit up on the Whitey the White Guy show. We don't work there. But you're absolutely right. He nailed it. He had some great zingers himself. Man, Mortimer Jones from Police Academy showed up in a little bit.
Michael Winslow.
Yeah,
because they needed, you know, there's a scene where like the radar has been jammed, literally by Lone Star shooting a big jar of jelly into the fucking satellite.
It's been jammed. It's like,
and you know, Michael
Winslow.
How
high were you?
But it works. Yeah, that's the thing. And then Michael Winslow, he said he does all the sound effects for Police Academy. And at first you see just the radar just going boop, boop. Yeah. And then you see him making the noise, and then suddenly it cuts out. He puts up the like the microphone or whatever to call over Colonel Sanders and Dark Helmet, and he's basically so he can't hear it. So Colonel Sanders takes it out of his hand, puts it down. Michael Winslow still talking, and then Rick Moranis goes apeshit, grabs everything off his desk and throws it onto the ground. He says, "What's going on?"
It's so perfect.
Sir?
What is it?
Can I talk to you, please, sir?
Well, you don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it?
Now, what is it?
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
And then the after he explains everything, the radar screen starts bleeding red, and Rick Moranis like literally wipes it and licks it, and he says, "What does he say?" Oh no, Michael Winslow says we've been jammed. So Dark Helmet tastes it like that. He's like, raspberry. Only one man would ever give me the raspberry. Lone Star. It's a childish joke, but it works, and it's funny every time. Because Rick Moranis is so goddamn serious.
And but the whole thing with where they're watching, and then they're looking Papa Denise, the timing was so crisp. And then you think back to the 1978 Star Wars special, holiday special. It's like, what the fuck? What, like, that's the movie. Get John Candy, have him play a Wookiee, and fuck everybody else who's the Art Carney. That would have been fantastic. Following John Candy around as a Wookiee, because that's basically what he was. He was the Chewbacca character. That's the movie.
I loved how his name is Barf, but we find out he's only called Barf because his real name is Bartholomew. And here's another thing about Dark Helmet, or Rick Moranis in general, that I love. You know he's a nerd. Okay,
Yeah.
You know he's retarded. But what's cool is he's got these scenes where he's actually very intimidating, very, not really scary, but scary for
Within
Moranis.
the logic of
But
the film.
then you cut to later, after he's kidnapped Princess Vespa and Dot, he's in his office and he's playing with little SpaceBalls figurines, and he's pretending Dark Helmet is killing, Lone Star and Barf, and he's making out with Princess Vespa, and then suddenly Colonel Sanders opens up the door, and he hurries out. It's basically like he was caught jerking off, the whole parent sneaking in on him. And Colonel Sanders tells him, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And Dark Helmet looks at him, he says, "Did you see anything?" And then just like this, it is so perfect, Colonel Sanders says, "No, sir, I did not catch you playing with your dolls again." And then leaves.
I love the part where it's again.
Yeah.
Because it's a thing.
I know.
Oh, man.
Oh.
What else are we...
Oh, man. It's just... This is probably one of the most perfect comedies I've ever seen. I mean, we praised, Trey Parker and Matt Stone when we did that retrospective. This falls perfectly in there. I can guarantee these guys are a fan of this movie because they basically did the same thing with like basketball and what have you. This is when Mel Brooks was still hot. He was still funny. He wasn't doing Dracula Dead and loving it.
What? You didn't like that one?
Oh, no. I remember watching it once and it just was total shit.
Guess what we're gonna review?
Oh, I fucking hate you.
Good word, dumb shit. You mentioned
God
something.
damn it.
That's how that happens.
Anyways, shit.
Yeah, we're doing a Richard, but we gotta do...
Alright. Anyways. Fuck.
Men in Tights.
This was great when Mel Brooks was still good. I mean, Blazing Saddles was hilarious.
Yes.
History of the World Part 1.
Yes.
He was so good. But I'll watch this movie anytime.
Boy, where would you rate them? Because it's better than History of the World, and it's better than...
Spaceballs is top. Spaceballs, I think, is his best movie. I put it over Young Frankenstein. I put it over Blazing Saddles. The timing, there's not a boring part in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Blazing Saddles, the jokes don't work, and it's probably due to the time. And sometimes there's a lot of just nothing happening. Okay. Same with History of the World Part 1. There is not a boring moment in Spaceballs.
In History of the World where they, took a nice shot at the swing but didn't connect with the ball, kind of thing. This one, everything was flying out of the park.
Perfect.
Any criticisms? I can't think of a thing wrong. I can't think of a thing.
And the thing is, I don't really think there's a lot of things that, like a lot of jokes that are dated either. Because that's the problem, like, say, with Weird Al. Okay. I love Weird Al. But he even says this about himself. He says he might make a parody of one song. Mm-hmm. But then to make an album, he's got to make 12 other songs. By the time that album is pressed and released, that one parody song might no longer work because it's dated. There's not really any jokes here that I can think are dated.
Can't think of one. No, and there's that really funny bit where they're doing the countdown at the end, and then the lady skips 2, and they're like, "What happened to 2?" She's like, "Just kidding."
And then they're all mad. Oh, and it was great because the self-destruct button is hit, and they're trying to find the self-destruct button has been hit, and it's going to blow up Spaceball 1, which is the name of the spaceship that they're in. Yeah. Which was great because the first time we see Spaceball 1, literally we're watching it from beginning to end, and it's like a long 2-minute shot. And there's an ongoing joke where like President Scrooge had to run from the back to the front. He says, "I'm out of breath because if I walked, the damn movie would be over."
Yeah, I agree because the movie was almost it was just beautiful.
But Spaceball 1 is going to blow up, and as the countdown is happening, you hear, like you said, there's this lady talking. She's saying 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left, and she says 2 minutes left. This is your last chance to press the cancellation button. And they're like, "Oh shit!" So they run down the stairs. They lift open the cancellation button.
Yeah, they all come from different directions. Out to the front
and they don't even run down the stairs. Literally, I think they just slide down it with their hands, and their feet are up in the air. They lift open the cancellation button, and it says "out of order." And then Rick Moranis breaks the fourth wall again. He says, "Out of order, fuck, even in the future, nothing works."
Yes.
And eventually it blows up. They survive, but they land on the planet of the apes.
Yeah. And they reference that, and it's just everything.
Perfect.
Nailed
Perfect. The aliens reference when they're at the diner.
That was the
And
best.
that's, we get John Hurt again. He's playing the same character, Kane, from Alien.
Yep.
And once again, pops out of his chest, and the alien's looking real vicious and everything, but instead he puts on a top hat, he's got a cane, he does like a little dance, and then just goes this way. Makes no lick of sense, wasn't needed in the movie, but it was fantastic.
Oh, it was perfect. And then John Hurt's like, oh, not again.
Yeah.
Just like, this happened before.
Wonderful, wonderful movie. Final thoughts, we've already said
Loved it so much. Loved it. Yeah, so, and then we'll move on to Men in Tights, and we'll do everything else.
Yeah, sure.
We'll keep this ball rolling, because it's so much better than the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special. So yeah, we both love this movie. Got any ideas for movies or concepts you'd like to take on, let us know. Like and subscribe, etc., etc. I'm Whitey, this is Cracker, the White Guys Show. Thanks for watching.
Good asshole.
How do we end this movie?
Keep firing.
Good SpaceBalls?
Yeah, good SpaceBalls.
Good yogurt. Try to get through
Okay,
it.
why not?
Yeah.
Good yogurt.
Okay.
Merchandising.
We're done.